HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service. I decided to try it out because I received a free box from a neighbor, so I was able to get a few meals for free and had to pay just $9.99 for shipping. This is my first box. So at the top of the box are the recipe cards. Each meal is packed in its own brown bag. Except for the meats, which are found at the bottom. I think they are meant to be sandwiched between the two ice packs, but slip out. Here's a can of ginger beer. I thought this was an ingredient for one of the meals, but it turns out that it was a sample for me to try, and it was delicious. I opened the box immediately after getting it, and the meats were in a semi-frozen state, so that was good. White Cheddar Wonderburgers. So here are the buns, cheese, sauce packets, more cheese, Old Bay seasoning, and a bunch of small potatoes and a couple of small onions. Okay, HelloFresh is more like a grocery delivery service in that other than the recipe cards, nothing else is done for you. You have to do all the prep work like cleaning and chopping up vegetables before you even start cooking. And there are a lot of potatoes that I have to cut up, and onions too. Here I just wanted to make sure that you see that I had to cut up each potato into 8 wedges. I normally wouldn't do it this way, but the recipe card said to toss the potatoes on a baking sheet with a drizzle of oil and half the Old Bay seasoning. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to bake the potatoes. This is a lot of potatoes because I'm making a meal for 4. While the potatoes are baking in the oven, I will be cooking the onions in oil for burger topping. While the onions are cooking, I'm also making the sauce for burger topping. This is a cooking secret that I never knew about, which is adding sugar to sauteed onions to caramelize it. This makes the onion topping taste so much better. I never added sugar before. I'm cooking the onions until they get caramelized, and that took a very long time. Now moving on to making the burger patties. I have 20 ounces of beef to make 4 patties. The recipe card said to season the beef with some salt and pepper, and that's it. The recipe card said to form the beef into equal-sized balls. This was the most unpleasant and painful part because the oil was splattering all over onto my hand while I was putting the cheese on top of the patties. While the cheese is melting on top of the patties, I'm going to toast the buns in the toaster oven. This is what the burger meal is supposed to look like. Now, it's time to enjoy the fruits of my hard labor in the kitchen.
These are surprisingly good.
This was a surprisingly delicious burger. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. Here's what I would do differently. instead of salt and pepper, I would use all of the Old Bay seasoning to season the ground beef. I think that will elevate this burger to an 8.5 out of 10. I would definitely make this burger again. I think putting the Old Bay seasoning into the patty as opposed to the sauce will be better and will give the burger that special, unique taste experience. If you want to try out HelloFresh, use the link in the description box below to get $120 off your meals. The discount will be spread over several boxes. HelloFresh is really good with their easy cancellation policy, so after trying out the first box with a discount, you can just cancel if you decide that it's not for you. Just make sure to cancel at least a week before your next scheduled delivery date, otherwise they'll charge you for that delivery.